presentation of the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada, where the memorial torch honoring legendary owner Al Davis has just been lit, and we are set for football at Allegiant Stadium. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And they'll get him down inside the 30 up to 27. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
A tough time a season ago, his team missed the playoffs for the first time in his career. But he does remain one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league. He's completed over 67% of his passes for his career. We know he's efficient. Now he wants to be spectacular and get his team back to the big game.
Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Shotgun now with Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And third and 8 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to start them out when you do that. You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
On fourth down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Back deep for the Raiders is Trey Tucker. That's taken on the 25. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, first and 10. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And how about Geno Smith? The number of times we've looked at his career and said, here's something new for him. And that's exactly what we're talking about with his move to Las Vegas after 5 seasons in Seattle. Over 70% last season completion percentage. And the Raiders, they definitely need that type of efficiency in Vegas. And the best part, he has a head coach in Pete Carroll who really believes in him.
They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Throwing now is Geno. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's good for a Las Vegas.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll go again with Genty. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll try the air now with Smith. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Purdy. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
Completion was given up, and that's why we play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's 3rd and 9. Purdy looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Purdy. Looking deep for Jennings. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Down he goes. The 49ers get there. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Geno now to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Geno. Quick hitch, complete. It's Tucker. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
He'll find Ginty out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Again, Smith. The pass taken in by Mayer. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Vegas, first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On 1st down, it's Genty. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That whole thing was thrown off track thanks to the defense of Fred Warner. Really nice play. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and 3rd and 8 now.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Smith now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21.
That's good for a Las Vegas first down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 6. Here's a toss to Genty, headed right. Now he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Ashton Genty, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to put a drive together. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Purdy now to throw off the play action. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And a 49er first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last two possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. And gives him a nice pickup. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Purdy going to give it to Guerrero. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Well, you did. That line's not even tofu. I'll tell you that much for free. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Play action. It's Smith. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Throwing is Smith. That's caught. Jack Besh with it. His first catch, good for 9 in the first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Gino going to hand it to Genty. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
10 more yards. That's another Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A run out of the gun with Genty. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Purdy now to throw. Completes it to Jennings. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Looking deep for Jennings. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Genty. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That's good for a Las Vegas.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
8 yards.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
24-yard line.
Open man is Tucker.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
That's another Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
We'll try and set up the screen to Genty.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
A gain of 10 yards.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
A run straight ahead with Genty.
Powers past him at the 5. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again, so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right.
Once again, it's Genty.
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep it from getting a first down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
Genty.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there pushing him backwards and denied his bid for a 2nd score.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play.
Brock Bowers from 4 yards out. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Carlson on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Raiders.
That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And still second quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here's Purdy. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And a 49er first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Back to throw, Purdy. A quick hitter complete. It's Jennings. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
sneak. And he is going to have the 49ers first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line.
This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. And out of bounds right around the 20.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. And even 20 yards for Christian McCaffrey. And the Niners have got it back to within a score. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Jake Moody now for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score.
So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Raiders offense had Geno Smith headed back out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing now is Geno. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Smith. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Trey Tucker, an 80-yard touchdown. And they're able to add on to their advantage. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they maybe given up momentum. Well, not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Raiders.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. They'll be looking to get in the end zone again, and the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had, though, during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runners. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air. I've got to slow down the run.
And the Raiders have got him. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
But defensively, they're doing everything they can to protect this early lead after giving up a touchdown on their last drive.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 51 yards.
1st down, 49ers.
Pick it up. You're embarrassing us.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Play action. Now Purdy. Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jennings. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
If you're a wide receiver and they call a screen pass, you're counting on some people being out in front of you blocking. But that play was well diagnosed by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, and they got there and swarmed and finished off the play.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. He'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. That is going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 16. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Two minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackle and held it to an okay game.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the 49ers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
An extra point try now for Moody.
It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Raiders 21.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
So after the made field goal by Moody, who's back out to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Raiders take over.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
The drive will begin with a run by Genty.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
A gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now 2nd and 5.
Geno now to throw. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
Jordan Elliott
It's 3rd and
collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
From the gun, here's Smith.
That is caught.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. As a stopping of 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
For Las Vegas. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Gino. We'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And down inside the 15 he goes. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So halftime here.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raiders offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Purdy. Looking deep for Jennings. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air, never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
A give out of the gun to Genty. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there's a 49er who's in some discomfort. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Second and 5. They'll try the air now with Smith. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. That's caught left side. Myers with it. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
And now a fake on the jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
On first down, this is McCaffrey.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Dancing to his left. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Line of scrimmage, the 9, 2nd and about a yard.
Now a first carry for the fullback. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, surprise, surprise. First and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Purdy now to throw. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey from 10 yards out. And the Niners have cut it back within a score. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Now Moody for the PAT. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game.
Raiders 24, 49ers
so that drive takes
21.
him down the field in 8 plays. And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. They juked him. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing is Smith. Open man right side, Myers.
Smith's pass.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 29, here's a 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Incomplete.
I had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll run. Here comes Genty. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 80 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Here's Smith. Throw left side, pulled in by Tucker. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 23. Good work after the catch gets him 15 and a 1st down.
Las Vegas. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Over the middle, he's got Myers. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Smith throwing again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy sideline, right?
Sammy sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That pass play good for 7. But it still brings up a 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
For the Raider field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
49ers.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And his throw is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big third down play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller, because he won that part of the chess match, but give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Here's Purdy.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kyle Juszczyk from 17 yards out.
And the 49ers are an extra point away from taking the lead.
And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to it.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Extra point try now for Moody.
And that one puts them on top here in the third.
Makes the score Niners 28.
So that winds up a 7-play
27.
drive all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd down and 6 now. Up the middle, it's Genty.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Tucker. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And we've got a dandy here. A one-point game as we begin the fourth. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49ers offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A 6-yard pickup.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And a 49er first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Purdy. They'll get this to Jennings over the middle. 7 catches for him now in this last one, a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Kyle Shanahan an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And that will force a turnover on downs. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
First down, it's Genty. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and making sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Throwing now is Gino. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Myers.
Complete to Jacoby Myers. That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Here's Smith. That's caught by Tucker. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a little bigger, right? You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
First down, 49ers.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looks like you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned. from the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's 2nd and 8.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Geno going to hand it to Genty. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectation.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all, because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Smith. That's to Bash over the middle. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Geno now to throw. He'll get this out to Genti. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
The defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now Smith. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brings up third.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Back to throw, Smith. And it is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Las Vegas. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for this.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Genti, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders put together a fourth-quarter drive to take the lead.
And this is the time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Raiders will line up for the 2.
Geno's going to throw. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead.
49ers 28.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Purdy looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 11 yards for number 11.
A gain of 11 on the play. And a 49er first down.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing here, Purdy. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Purdy. A throw left side for Pearson is complete. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Niners first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
San Francisco.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And that is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
To throw is Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
First down, 49ers.
Here's 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here's 2nd down. Throwing, Purdy. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Now 1st and goal. Here's Purdy. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Gosh, given the time, the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. McCaffrey. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult.
2-point conversion.
Purdy to throw. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead.
Raiders 35.
They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and it just changes the complexion of the whole game.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Raiders offense and Jacoby Myers head out for this next drive. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Smith's going to throw it. He'll drop this underneath for Genty. Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
At the 28-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Smith to throw. And he'll get him a 1st down up past the 40 as the clock ticks on. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
41-yard line.
Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Here's Smith. Gets this to Myers. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout.
A gain of 7.
As they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Smith fights through it. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles. And that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.